Hi there, and thanks for clicking on the Akron News Now update. I'm Lindsay McCoy. Well, do we have snow in our forecast? I'll give you the rundown in our Akron area weather forecast in just a minute. But first, we also are going to find out why the Akron-Canton Airport is celebrating business this year amid a tough recession. In our first story, though, the content of the Democratic Ohio Governor Ted Strickland's State of the State address has quickly become fodder for Republicans in his upcoming re-election fight. From talking about job loss to job creation, Republican lawmakers say many of the positive developments that Strickland claimed in his speech began with their ideas. Strickland's Republican challenger John Kasich has recorded and distributed a video message criticizing the governor for doing too little and taking too much credit. On the 1590 WAKR Ray Horner Morning Show today, State Senator Kevin Coughlin commented on the governor's speech, and he said that his proposal for job creation was kind of vanilla.
So there was duplication. There were things, there were new commissions, new advisory councils, things that just aren't going to create jobs.
Well, as we take a pulse on the economy in Ohio, the current unemployment rate across the state has risen, and in our area, it's still growing. The state numbers released this week show that the Summit County's unemployment rate jumped from 10.1% in November to 10.8% in December. Akron's jobless rate rose from 10.7% to 11.4% in that same time span, and last year the county's overall percentage was only 7.4%. And while some say that the recession may be easing, that's not true for a lot of people who still are in need. One indicator is a continuing increase in the number of households that are receiving food stamps. The state reports a high number, record numbers in fact. It's the same story here in Summit County too. The Summit County Department of Job and Family Services tells Akron News Now that they've seen about 8,000 more families than average sign up for their assistance since this time last year. Well, in other local news, the Canton father convicted of killing his 2 children and former mother-in-law is now sitting on death row. The Canton Repository reports James Mamone III arrived at Oakwood Correctional Facility in Lima earlier this week. The 36-year-old was sentenced to death last week for the June 8th murders of his 3-year-old son and 5-year-old daughter. He slit their throats as they sat in their car seats before shooting their grandmother to death. Teachers are rallying behind an interim principal before a decision is made on her future. Oakdale High School interim principal Sonia Gordon did not expect to be promoted in the way that she was. It happened when Principal Dr. Deborah Houchins suddenly died last summer, just a few weeks before class resumed. Now the high school faculty and staff, at least 64 of them, have signed a petition that asks the Akron Board of Education to make Gordon the permanent replacement. Well, while numbers show the worst global recession in history, it did not stop travelers from flying in and out of Akron-Canton Airport. Akron News Now's Tina Kaufman has the details.
Almost 1.5 million people caught a flight to or from CAK last year, making it the airport's second best year of all time. 2008 was the airport's most successful. And a news release from CAK says it's the only airport in the state showing early increased seat capacity this year. Tina Kaufman, Akron News Now.
Well, as we take a look at our local forecast today, we do get a break from the snow, but just for today. Partly sunny skies today, a high of 31 degrees. If you take a look out there, we have a beautiful shot of Fairlawn Country Club Golf Course. Snow on the ground a little bit. We'll have a little more snow as we go into Thursday and Friday. Chance for snow with a high of 26 degrees Thursday, Friday just a high of 17 degrees. For our weekend, though, highs in the 20s, 21 degrees on Saturday and Sunday 25. Partly sunny skies, so it looks like we get a break from the snowfall, but it's nice to look at. And are you tired of the winter weather just yet? I know I am. Take our poll on AkronNewsNow.com. It's found right on the homepage. Just let us know what you think. And you can continue to follow AkronNewsNow.com for the latest local news, for news online, on demand now. And don't forget that you can also follow our updates on Twitter and Facebook too. For Akron News Now, I'm Lindsay McCoy.